Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Fernandes. I'm a research scientist here at Zimmer & Peacock in Norway. And today I am going to show you how we measure the gingerol concentration in ginger powder. So for this we'll need basically food sense device, a ZP FoodSense device connected to a battery pack. In this instance, it's important that the battery pack has an output of 5 volts and is able to deliver 2 amps on that output. And we will need, of course, the ginger powder. We'll need the ginger buffer from Elixir, our sister company. And finally, we will need one of our ZP ginger sensors that needs to be inserted in the FoodSense box. Also, you will need a FoodSense app installed in your iPhone. This can be downloaded from the App Store. However, for more details in regards to that, you will need to see one of our installation videos. So for this, I will basically have to weigh 1 gram of the procedure is basically to weigh 1 gram of the powder, of the ginger powder, using a normal kitchen balance. And then we will mix with 4 milliliters of the ginger buffer, and we'll basically mix it using a vortex. However, if you don't have a vortex, you will just have to shake it the best you can. So the first process here is basically I'm going to turn on this balance. I'm going to put a cup on it. It's stirred to 0 grams now. And now I will just try to accurately add 1 gram. I'll use a spoon maybe. Maybe it's, oh, that's a lot. Yeah, that's 1 gram. 2 grams. I can take a little bit off. Wait. Here we go. Yes. So this is done. So now what I will do is I will add this 1 gram of ginger powder to a 15 milliliter centrifuge tube. The reason why I use a 15 milliliter centrifuge tube is because then you will have space for vortexing it or shaking it. So we'll have a better mixture. So once this is done, yeah. So this is done. Now I'll use take away the sensor. I'll use a 1 milliliter pipette, so I'll pipette 4 times. Sorry. I will first pour, instead of sampling directly from the bottle, I'll pour a little bit to a cup, and I will, in order not to contaminate our buffer, to be able to use it more times. So I will then pipette straight from the cup into the centrifuge tube 4 times. Once this is done, I will close the centrifuge tube and I will vortex it. So in this instance, you should vortex it for 1 minute and let it rest for 5 minutes. However, for the sake of this demo not to be too long, I will reduce those times for vortexing it for 30 seconds and letting it rest for 2 minutes. The important thing is that you follow the same procedure for all the samples that you are sampling and want to compare. So this is about 30 seconds. So I'll put it here, resting, and I'll take the ZP ginger sensor and I'll insert it in the FoodSense. Once this is done, then I'll move closer to the camera in order for you to see. So I will start the FoodSense app. So hardware not found, that's this red sign here. I'll click it, I will rescan it, and then I will find my FoodSense box device. It's now connected. And now in order to go to the main menu, because by default comes on chili, I'll press chili. And I have here the different food analytes that I can measure. So I want to measure the gingerol in ginger. So I press on it, and before I start measuring, I have to pipette the sample onto the sensory electrodes. So I'm going to pipette 40 microliters. 40 microliters because that's a good quantity in order to cover all 3 electrodes, working, counter, and reference. A good tip is to cut off the pipette tip in case there are some suspended particles in this slur, then you won't basically jam the pipette tip, so clog the pipette tip. So basically I'm aspiring now 40 microliters. I'm sampling it on the top of the electrodes in order to create an electrochemical cell. This is now done, and now I'll move a bit closer to the camera again. So now I'm going to just press measure, and so the measurement has begun, and we have to wait for this circle to complete, to be fully yellow. So what's happening here basically is we are running CV scan, and that CV scan will indicate so the oxidation of gingerol, and the peak current will be proportional basically to the concentration of gingerol in the sample. So one thing that's important, I have mentioned before as well, to prepare all samples in the same way so that you can compare the samples. And also, these are one-time use sensors. So please, once you've run this assay, please discard the sensor. Do not repeat the assay using the same sensor. So we are halfway through the test, and soon we'll have the indication of the concentration. So any questions about this assay, please don't hesitate to contact our team. In the meantime, I will just make a small reference that we do have a validation sensor for setting up and verifying your FoodSense device for ginger. So we basically have a validation sensor that looks like this. So it's an equivalent circuit, in this case a resistor, that will show you what will give you a known concentration, and that will help us basically do a sanity check on the FoodSense device, that everything is working as it should. However, for more information about this, please watch our installation video. So the assay is now finished, and I'm going to move closer in order for you to see the value. So it's just finished the assay, and here it is the value. So the value here is in millimolar, and it's showing 4 millimolar. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact our team. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.